Welcome back to another episode of the Wealth Building Journey podcast. So again, my name is Dennis Hilario. With me is, as my co-host is Paul Familara. So, sir, how are you?
Very good. Thank you, Dennis. Hello from New Zealand.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm based in New Zealand and Dennis in the Philippines. How are you, Dennis?
I am good. So actually, while we are, preparing today, I'm reading yung as you know, yung bagong gimmick ni ni Donald Trump about the introduction of import tariff. And naisip ko
Yes.
agad, I think magandang i-discuss to because probably nag-observe ka na ngayon kung ano yung impact niya sa stocks, no? But the question here, ano ba yung impact nito sa US economy, global, and probably here in the Philippines, no?
Well, ako, just kanina nakikinig ako ng news about the tariff imposed by Canada and Mexico kasi yun yung pinakaunang tinarif ni Trump
Yeah.
other than China, no? Kasi China pinaka main competitor niya. Nag-impose din sila ng sarili ng tariffs like 25% for almost 200 billion of products daw ng Amerika na pinapasok sa Canada. Pero 80% of Canadian requirements or items needs galing sa Amerika. So ibig sabihin, mas maraming matatamaan na kukulangin sila ng supply kung itatarif nila yon. So ang impact kasi ng tariff is kung hindi papasok yung goods dahil masyadong mahal mo ako papatungan ng tax, hindi ko nadadalhin yung goods sa'yo. So ang mangyayari, yung mga nangangailangan ng goods na yun, like the manufacturers or the consumers, wala nang available na goods. So kung ano available dun sa loob ng country, yun yung pag-aagawan nila. So tataas naman yung presyo ng mga goods na yun na available lang.
Tama.
In that regard, so magkakaroon ng impact sa economy kasi it will inflate the prices. However, it will also force in the long term but not in the quick term yung impact ng kailangan maging resilient yung bawat country na yon to produce the goods na kailangan nila. Hindi na sila dapat mag-rely abroad. So like for instance, any tariff that you impose on China's products will impact the price or you will lose those items from China. So rather than losing that items from China, you build it in your own home. Pero mahal ang workforce nila compared to China. So magiging mahal yung produkto. However, magiging self-reliant sila.
Correct.
So the world will now have a shift of dynamics. And dito, pinag-aralan nga sa news, sa New Zealand, magkakaroon din ng shift ng dynamics in terms of pricing kasi anything that will be imposed abroad, even kahit sa US lang yung effect na yun, will also affect, like for instance, China, we're reliant China as our customer for in New Zealand, no? For dairies like milk, butter, what have you. Dahil yun ang isa sa pinaka main product ng New Zealand. Magkakaroon ng impact dun sa mga prices na yun. Bakit? Hahabulin nila yung loss of income nila sa
bababa yung
ibang
demand.
products. Dahil bumaba yung demand doon sa ibang nilang products na binibili sa Amerika, yung ngayon, yung kanilang mga items na binibili, pwede nilang bawasan din kasi wala silang pera. So, mababawasan yung benta ng New Zealand sa China or maghahanap sila ng iba pang sources na mas mura. So, hindi natin alam anong shift, but in the short term, malaking impact.
Kaya nakikita ko kasi dyan, katulad ng pinag-usapan natin last week about the NVIDIA stocks, no? It will be impacted as well because the parts and the chips probably na ginagawa nila or kinukuha nila from abroad, di ba?
Correct.
From
So
China,
yung
for
mga
example.
metal items, yung mga gold, silver, what have you na laman ng semiconductors are also sourced from other countries.
Correct. So
So
the cost will
maapektuhan
be
yun.
higher. Cost to produce.
Although manufacturing is being done in Taiwan, pero yung supply nung raw materials will come from elsewhere. So if that is affected, of course, other things will also affected. But everything will come into balance, especially if ang lalabas dyan kasi the most resilient country will prevail.
Yeah. And I think
Kasi
isang
ang
angle din
problema
na
ngayon yung dependence eh.
Ang isang angle din na I think na motivation ni Trump about this is to invite this yung mga companies abroad to set up the manufacturing in the US, to
Yun nga.
produce things in the US. Kasi one
Parang
factor sa
sinasabi nila
economy is
kung pinuproduce mo
productivity.
yan kung pinuproduce mo yan sa China o sa Philippines o sa wherever, kesa mag-tariff kapag pinasok mo yung produkto na yan dito,
Mm,
pumunta ka dito, bibigyan ka namin ng space, bababaan namin ng tax sa'yo pag nag-produce ka, basta ibenta mo sa amin.
correct.
So hindi sila ang gagawa ng manufacturing, ililipat lang. Pero hindi rin ganun kabilis yun. Ganun ba kabilis magtayo ng
Mm,
planta,
mm,
mag-hire ng
mm,
tao, di ba? Hindi ganun kabilis
mm.
yun. May take a year or more.
Sa
So the short
Yeah,
term will impact.
sa Philippines naman affected din ng export industry natin diyan pag na-tariff na rin si Philippines, di ba?
Pero hindi,
Oh,
magandang relationship natin kay Amerika. So ibig sabihin,
yeah.
pwedeng hindi tayo i-tariff.
Sana.
Kaya ako nga, sabi ko nga, last week pa lang, nung naririnig ko na yung tariff issue, syempre pag tinamaan yung China, this is the high time for Philippines to take action. Be more
Yeah.
proactive. Put the right manpower, facilities that we can cover what is needed, that the US is relying from China, and sell that services to US para makuha natin pabalik. Mind you, yung karamihan ng mga industries na yan na nasa China, galing din sa Philippines yan. Like
Correct.
textile.
Yung iba,
Mayayaman
yeah.
tayo dati sa textile. Services. Even yung semiconductors or even car production or what have you, yung kaya nasa atin yung mga planta noon. Ang dami nating planta.
Yeah.
Tapos unti-unti lumipat sa China.
Yes, so let's hope and pray na hindi tayo i-tariff ni Donald Trump, no. So
Wala
kasi
yan.
tatamaan din yung natin diyan
Meron
export
tayong
industry.
geopolitical positioning na kailangan niya.
Oh yeah, correct. Oo.
Mm.
Well, anyway, so let's dive into our main topic, no. Hindi naman talaga
Yes.
actually it can be another topic in itself, di ba?
Yes.
Independent
Pag
topic in itself.
we'll see kung ano nangyari, tapos
Oo.
pag-usapan natin
Sa
ulit, di ba?
susunod.
Kung anong
Oo.
developments.
Right. So our main topic today is the role of habits, no, in entrepreneurial success. What are the the bad and the good habits na good habits na dapat natin i-practice and bad habits naman na we try to improve, no, as a business
Mm.
owner or even yung ating practices sa financial management, no, even the personal financial management. So having said that, siguro let's start with the good habits. So anong take mo doon, sir, no? Particularly yung pagdating sa discipline and smart money management.
Maraming bagay yung discipline. Hindi tayo lahat hindi natin ito, kahit ikaw, entrepreneur, tagal ka na entrepreneur, ako matagal ako entrepreneur, hindi laging nandun tayo, meron din tayong habit na nawawala dito sa habit na to na being disciplined and being smart with our money. Kasi nagre-risk taking tayo eh.
Mm-mm.
Pero budgeting and reinvesting that money wisely is really important, no? Para umikot yung pera, dumami lalo. And then making sure, isa sa mga bagay na sobrang importante, lalo na I spoke to a businessman last weekend, bago lang siya, 3 years pa lang yung negosyo niya. Siyempre, ang ginawa niya, hinahalo niya yung kanyang personal needs dun sa financial need. So, sabi ko, as basic as kung ano kailangan ng kumpanya, kung kailangan niya ng additional pera, tas merong pera yung may-ari, pautangin niya yung kumpanya. Pero kailangan yun, bayaran pa rin ng kumpanya sa kanya. And vice versa. Kung may personal needs yung may-ari, tapos wala siyang pera pero may income yung kumpanya, kailangan nung kumpanya ipahiram dun sa may-ari, pero kailangan pa rin bayaran ng may-ari pabalik para hindi namamatay yung isang entity or the other. Diba? So,
Tama.
separating your personal and yung business finances would be very, very crucial in understanding this.
Correct.
Hindi porke may pumapasok na
Ako,
pera.
I would say 70 to 80% of the small business owners that I coach is laging magkasama yung kanilang business and personal bank accounts, no, which is a habit talaga na dapat matanggal kasi mahirap maging mahirap i-analyze yung performance ng business pa magkasama talaga yung personal at saka yung
Hindi mo
business.
nakikita yung health ng business.
Exactly. Oo.
Mm.
Ayun.
Parang dinadaya mo yung sarili mo na okay naman kasi may pumapasok na pera pero pera mo rin yun, di ba?
Mm.
Let's say galing yun sa ibang mong sideline or sa
Right.
sweldo mo, di ba?
Which leads to the question. Isa rin to sa laging tinatanong eh. So, yung income ng business, how will you pay yourself, di ba? Should I declare a fixed salary? Should I declare dividends or just take it from the profits? What's your discipline or
Well,
practice
Ako, it
pagdating dyan?
depends. It depends. Iba-ibang setup ko. Sa iba-ibang companies, iba-iba yung aking arrangement.
I
I have
see.
a salary here. I have drawings on the other one. I have direct impact. Pero most of my companies, wala na akong direct salary. Pero meron akong income, dun sa pinakamalaki, income na regular pumapasok
Okay.
to pay off for my expenses.
Pero what factor would you consider na magsa-salary ka at saka hindi ka
Siyempre,
magsa-salary?
taxation.
Oh, yeah. Oo.
Ilalagay mo ba naman sarili mo na itatax mo pa, di ba? So,
Mm.
gusto mo as much as possible, maximize the take-home amount. So, yun yung tinitignan ko lagi. Tapos, lalo pa ako, meron akong overseas. So, iba yung impact ng exchange rate. Pag
Yeah.
nagbago exchange rate, iba rin yung amount ng pera na pumapasok
Right,
at lumalabas.
Ako naman, if I'm directly involved in a certain function in a business, then I may ask for a salary. And if I'm a part owner of that or an owner, no, syempre, bukod pa yung profit share or dividends, no. Pero,
Pero depende rin sa kung anong edad ng kumpanya. Kasi kung nagsisimula pa lang, pwedeng hindi muna. Okay? Sabi mo, minimal allowance. Siyempre, para fair naman yung oras na dinalagay mo doon. Pero hindi siya yung salary na alam mo, C-suite ka. Ikaw may-ari, ikaw pinaka-head, presidente. Siyempre, sisweldo ka lang ba ng 10,000? Below minimum? Hindi naman, di ba? So, wag mo na i-declare yun. Ang gawin mo na lang, mag-allowance ka lang, tapos kumuha kang dividend at the end of the year. And then eventually, pag kaya na talaga yung salary mo, let's say 100,000, 150,000 being a big time employee, then that's the time you put it on the cash flow because the cash flow will always be demanded
Yeah.
with that income.
Yeah. Sige, actually marami akong questions pa dyan eh. Probably this can be another full episode, ano. Kasi may mga experience ako before na my partner was asking for ayaw niya magpabayad o ayaw nila magpabayad in the meantime, pero ia-accrue nila yung salary nila. Ibig sabihin, ipapalabasin siya ng utang monthly, no? Up to the point na kakainin na yung equity kasi wala kang pambayad, ano, in the future. Pag halimbawa hindi agad nag-perform yung business, something like that. But
yes,
yeah,
because ibig sabihin hindi nila tinitingnan, hindi sila concerned doon sa health ng business.
Correct. So more of like personal
Personal
ulterior
gain. Ibig
motive.
sabihin, employee mindset pa rin sila. Nangyayari yan lalo na kung ang isang kumpanya is may investor eh.
Correct. Oo.
Dahil wala kang pakialam dahil pera ng investor yun. Pero kung alam mo na limited yung pera mo dahil kailangan mo i-maintain yung financial health para tumagal talaga.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah. Oo nga. So again, this can be another full episode. Medyo tricky rin kasi yung tanong na yan eh. But I think tama ka na it really depends on the current level or status of the business in deciding if you're gonna take fixed salary or you're gonna take dividends and whatnot. Any other item you'd like to share pagdating sa discipline and money management?
Actually, we can move on to another idea, no? Of course, discipline, of course, debts. Mag-ingat ka sa debts, no? Unnecessary na loans. Even if it's a small item, just think muna, is it a need or a want? So try to decide. Are we going to prioritize this or we can defer this? If it's really necessary so that you can continue on, yeah, go ahead. If there would be, let's say, may income naman na papasok kasi merong client hindi lang nagbabayad. So sige, let's go on with the debt. But otherwise, if it's unnecessary, try to defer. So isa sa mga items yun. And moving on, another thing na dapat natin tignan is making sure that we have learnings, no, self improvement, kasi kung hindi natin gagawin yun, limited tayo. Lalo na sa BIR sa Philippines, ang daming mga changes.
Lagi.
Ako, nagugulat ako pag ni-raise sa akin, sir, bago na naman yung requirement, bago na naman yung resibo dapat natin na format, so gagastos ka na naman and everything. Pag hindi mo alam yun, mape-penalize ka.
Correct.
Expense yun.
What's your current system in terms of, self-improvement?
Well, as I said, I think I shared this with you last time. Every morning, I start the day having my breakfast, drinking my coffee, eating my healthy breakfast, and then on the side, naka-up na yung aking YouTube, listening to either podcasts or news and everything. And then if there is a challenge from the team, the accounting team, the finance team, the HR team, tapos hindi ko alam, tatanungin ko sa kanila pero magre-research din ako. Buti nga ngayon may Google, may Chat GPT. Ang dami ng pwedeng ibigay sa iyo na info.
Ako naman, one thing that I realize is that doing a podcast like this is a self-improvement. Because actually, two birds in one stone eh. Dahil natututo ka dun sa kausap mo or magiging guest mo. And at the same time, magagamit mo din siya for your own marketing or branding if you wanna do personal branding. So, and I think yung pagdating sa digital marketing kasi yung podcast yung medyo, how do you call it, parang hindi masyado pa na-explore ng karamihan, 'di ba? So hindi pa ganoon ka-saturated. So might as well position your brand or your business here, no?
Correct.
Yun.
Lalo sa Philippines, hindi masyado, no? Meron tayong mga short versions, tsaka pero yun nga, nagiging popular na rin, pero
right.
it's
pero underutilized
something
pa
that's
siya
not yet explored.
Yeah, compared to other channels, like ads or, social media and whatnot. But podcast is something na, parang stocks din yan na mababa pa yung value, mag-invest ka na.
Ito nga sinasabi ko, di ba meron tinatawag na you become an expert, yung 10,000 hours. Have you heard about it principle, the 10,000 hours to become an expert? It only takes 10,000 hours to become an expert. I think it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes a day for a year, then you become an expert. If you add it all up, it's 10,000 hours. Ito nga yung sinishare ko with anybody that I talk with about how you become somebody who is really good at something. These athletes, they really spend time in training and they train more. So Kobe Bryant trained, sabi niya, 3 times more than his competitors and even his teammates. Kaya siya ganun kagaling. He's the best in the Lakers group. So that makes him different from them. In that regard, kung ano yung pinaglalaanan mo ng oras, dun ka magaling. Kung paglalaan mo ng oras is Netflix, magaling ka sa mga sine. Kung paglalaan mo ng oras is yung business mo, gagaling ka dun sa business mo. Or paglalaan mo ng oras yung information na sinusundan mo sa podcast sa YouTube, dun ka rin gagaling. So, again, it's really an investment of time and information.
Yes. Ako naman, I committed my time. I think na-share ko na rin ito before, na every time I work out, which is I do almost every day, siguro in the past 15 years, I always listen to podcast. Every time I work out, I always listen either podcast or an audiobook. And yung the things that I do now, like for example, courses, developing my personal brand, learning, for example, Facebook ads, all of those came from that habit. I don't think I'll be discovering self-paced courses and coaching ideas, which I do now, if I did not do that habit.
Yeah.
So that's my personal take on it. So it's, this habit naman talaga which comes to another point, no, when it comes to yung talon lang tayo ng konti yung how you manage your time and yung productivity systems, no, kasi yung sinabi ko kasi is productivity system 'di ba? Either you do it, correct, in my case, even
habang may ginagawa kang iba for build your health through workout, you build your mind through learning.
Yes, or if
all
not,
at the same time.
If not, you can really set a block of time just to listen, 'di ba? Say bago ka matulog or during lunch hour. No, naalala ko nung my first job as a programmer. Every time na natapos yung every lunchtime I read a book. Actually doon ko na discover yung Rich Dad Poor Dad. Diba? So I read a book at the same time yung book ni Larry Ellison. Doon ako na-inspire na mag-business. Kung hindi ko ginawa yung habit na yon, then 'di ba? Hindi rin ako pupunta doon sa ganitong career, no? Pagdating sa as an entrepreneur or a businessman.
The lifestyle, no.
Oo.
That's
So so when it comes to time management and productivity, generally, actually, meron akong bagong podcast about that. I'll invite you as a guest doon sa podcast and productivity. But in your case, how do you manage your time and what tools do you use in productivity?
Actually, ito yung wala sa akin, yung discipline to, put a specific time for specific things.
Interesting.
Masyado akong, you can call me a sobrang creative person that I can adjust if need be. Willing ako mag-adjust. Pero once na linigay ko na yung time ko doon, tututukan ko yon. So minsan nga, may isang bagay na hindi ko ginagawa. Pagliliban ko ng matagal. Pero once na inupuan ko na yun, mabilis akong gumawa nun. Yung ibang tao, siguro it will take more time to do it, pero kaya kong buuhin yun in a short period. But I should not rely on that skill because it will, pag kailangan na, tapos hindi ko pa nagawa, tapos ako. Kaya I use the priority 1, 2, 3. I have my own principle. I call it priority 1, 2, 3, which means priority 1, anything that needed to be done must be done immediately. And then priority 2, anything that's not needed to be done because it will affect tomorrow or whatever's gonna happen, do it also as the second priority. Kasi may first priority ka, yung hindi pa nagawa na dapat gawin na. And the third priority is something to build on for tomorrow. Ibig sabihin, gawin mo na yung kailangan mong gawin ngayon, kahit hindi pa yan priority talaga, pero alam mo, it will be prioritized in the future. For example, investing money. Alam mo na, kailangan mo yan in the future, yung pera na yun, invest mo na ngayon. Pero pwede mo ipagpaliban yan. So, in terms of prioritizing things, dun ko tinitignan.
I see.
And I have another principle like VIM, like visualize, internalize, and manifest. So, kailangan mag-focus ka to visualize what is the effect that you want, the goal, the vision, internalize it para meron kang power to understand the process, how you'll do it, and then start actioning on it, manifest it, and it will happen. So yung dalawang principles na yun yung ginagamit ko sa aking buhay.
You're gonna be like the perfect guest dun sa productivity podcast, Kasi it's like you said, hindi ka gumagamit ng mga tools na yun. And I am really curious on how people become productive and be successful, like in your case, nang walang ginagamit na tool ng ganon. So, yan, siguro pag-usapan natin yan. Yung mga topic natin na ngayon, puro full episode pang full episode talaga.
Pang full episode na.
Oo.
Galing. Hindi kasi, ang
Yeah.
topic natin is, habits
Oo nga.
Oo,
Correct.
so magkikreate tayo ng good and then understand the bad habits. So talagang may sari-sariling pakete ng information.
Yeah, siguro. Yeah, at least hindi tayo mauubusan kasi bawat isa dito is a full episode. No? So, another item sa pagdating sa good habits is yung nabanggit ko na rin to last time, yung tinatawag na strategic mindset. Particularly yung strategic risk-taking and decision-making, which is ginagawa natin ngayon because we are trying to do another business plan, di ba? Siguro we can share it later.
Yes, yeah.
That's strategic thinking. So, in your case, how do you assess risk and how do you decide kung ano yung tamang direction or maling direction?
Siguro at this point in time, meron na tayong somehow instinct. Pero kung wala ka pang instinct, it's really important that you use the numbers. Numbers won't lie. If you put numbers in it plus your instincts sa assumptions na ilalagay mo on your plan, that's when you start actioning. Otherwise, if you action immediately because instincts lang yung ginamit mo, kakapusin ka at the end kasi sana nakita ko to. Hindi ko sana ako bumasos ng ganito. Or sana nakita ko to, pwede ko namang i-delay muna para makuha ko muna itong bagay na to bago ko. Or matutunan ko muna yung skill na to bago ko puntahan yung aspect na yan. But of course, consequences are based on your actions. So you have to take risks, but again, calculated risks. So
Mm.
reckless decisions are for the foolish, di ba?
Yeah,
Hindi
yeah.
yun magiging fair sa wealth building kasi anytime that you're already intentional in wealth building, you're avoiding reckless decisions kasi yun yung mag mag push back sa'yo towards growth or productivity.
Right, right. Yeah, kasi siguro i-separate natin yung strategy versus sa tactics, di ba? Most people kasi
Mm.
lagi tumatalon sa tactics without, formulating a good strategy, no?
Mm.
Oo, so yun. So again, it's good habit lang lagi na we check in with ourselves and see na ito bang ginagawa natin na tactic now is strategic,
Going to
di
build
ba?
up something
Oo.
better, di ba?
So, meron
Mm.
ba tayong inaay na path or target? Kasi yung iba talagang parang lumalangoy lang at walang direction eh. 'Di ba?
Oo. Pero mahirap talaga yun eh. Kailangan
Mm,
talaga meron kang na innate yun sa iyo eh. Lalabas talaga yung effort. Pero again, it can be learned. Kung
correct, correct.
didisiplinahin mo sarili mo, it can be learned. It's a skill.
Yeah, yeah. Tsaka may mga traditional tools din naman yan, katulad ng mga SWOT analysis, 'di ba?
Mm.
Yung analyzing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of a certain initiative or business, no? So those
Mm.
things ano yan, like you said, napapag-aralan yan, ano.
Mm.
Right. Which is yeah, siguro another item sa good habits is about building networks or
Yes.
nurturing strong network, no.
Yes.
Yun. So
No
how,
man is an island.
how did
Yun
you
ang
yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of big network now, ano, over time na
you
develop
know
natin.
point doon. No man is an island. Don't believe that you're the best of everything.
Yeah.
You cannot do everything, especially you're not given by God all the talents in the world. Kahit na
Mm.
anong posisyon mo man, naging presidente ka man, kahit si Trump being the biggest president of the biggest country, biggest GDP country in the world, hindi pa rin siya yung pinakamagaling. Ang dami niyang flaws.
Mm.
So, as a matter of fact, marami siyang kalaban, marami hindi naniniwala sa kanya. Which is, you have to accept that we have our weaknesses. That's why networks are important. Like either business networks na sasamahan mo or pumunta ka lang sa isang fair, no? Na ipakita mo or maghanap ka ng mga produkto hanggang makakonect ka doon. Kasi
Mm.
hindi mo alam kung saan sa papasok yung swerte or yung tinatawag natin na serendipitous moment para sa iyo.
Mm.
And that is where the networks come from. But aside from that, as you build your network, the trust among people, especially if you are being, recommended by another person because they know you, that is alone a unpaid advertising, di ba?
Correct, correct. Oh, yung recommendations and referrals talaga. Yun.
Hmm.
Pero
And then collaborate for things. Kung wala kang
mm,
kulang ka sa resources, then another one has a resource. Then, like what we're
mm,
doing right now, it was, and what we have guested here, yung
mm,
mga network na kilala natin, yun yung pinasama natin.
mm. Pero well, maraming tao kasi sabihin nila na yeah, madali naman sa inyo sabihin yung mag-build ng network pero dahil you were born like a, for example, extrovert, 'di
Extrovert.
ba?
Mm-hmm.
Eh ako kasi introvert, parang ganun. So how can I build a network? So what's
Mm-hmm.
your advice sa mga ganong mindset?
Well, alam mo, mahirap talaga sa introvert.
Mm,
Now, if you really need to build, then again, you have to exert an effort to, come up with your extroverted side. Everybody would have those. I believe we all have our extroverted side and introverted side. I am
mm,
introverted in some things na ayokong puntahan.
mm, mm,
Hindi mo ako kahit isama mo ko diyan, hindi ako maki-interact just because I am extroverted. I'm an extroverted person, but I also select my energy. If I don't have that energy for that, I will not, engage enough.
yeah.
Pero yung mga introverted, kulang din talaga sila sa energy. So, select the things that you really believe in and love. Surely lalabas yung ano mo, yung extrovert side mo para makuha mo yung kailangan mo,
Yeah,
'di
yeah.
ba?
And if we go back to the earlier item na self-improvement, 'di ba? If you are going to develop that practice, yung first thing kasi sa self-improvement is your awareness eh. So,
Awareness.
'di ba? Kung
Yes.
may awareness ka na you are weak in this aspect, yun yung i-prioritize mo to improve, di ba? And
Yes.
yung pagdating naman sa networking is not necessarily, dealing with people face to face right away. You can do it
Mm.
gradually. Like for example, mag-start ka muna mag-blog or mag-email marketing and see people magre-resonate sa iyo or mag-email sa iyo back. Then that's the time
Mm.
you try, for example, small groups lang muna of kahit online na group webinars or coaching and whatnot. So something like that. And again, it's
Yeah,
part of the
and another
self-improvement.
thing, then ito dapat yung principle na gawin mo. Giving value first will give, and then expect nothing in return.
Yeah,
Dun
true.
sa, kapag nag-reach out ka, tapos nagbigay ka ng value, that's one network. One unit of network.
Mm-mm.
Babalik yun sa'yo. Hindi mo alam, baka yung nabigay mo sa kanya, sobrang valuable, i-refer ka sa iba, naging network mo na yung network niya.
Mm-mm. Totoo,
Without you
totoo.
really, pushing yourself to these people.
Yeah.
So, give value first, and then without expecting any return, it will come back to you, and that will develop your network as well.
Yeah, yeah. And yun, siguro that leads to another item which is yung patience and consistency. Minsan
Correct.
kasi nawawalan tayo ng patience because hindi natin immediately nakikita yung result or yung outcome, di
Mm.
ba?
Mm.
So, like in my case, now, again, going back to the networking, I'm trying to do the networking because of different scenarios and configurations of my lifestyle and my work, no? Pero eventually,
Mm.
I realized na ngayon, pag tinanong mo ako, kailangan ko ng somebody, for example, na legal, meron akong network who can contact na legal. Kailangan ko
Yeah.
ng people na nasa HR, marami akong pwedeng contact na nasa HR. Na-realize ko na, nandun na pala ako sa part na marami na akong network without really, proactively doing it.
Kasi born from necessity.
Oo, parang ganon. So, it's just a matter of opening yourself into these ideas and showing up with people, 'di ba?
Mm.
And in the end, makikita mo na nandun ka na pala sa na yon, sa stage na yon in life, 'di ba?
Mm.
Yung
Just
patience nga.
trust the process. Just trust the process.
And of
Mm.
course,
Kung
part of it,
nakita mo na naging process yun ng success sa isang tao, sa isang institution or isang company, kung gusto mong ma-reach yun, 'di ba? At susundan mo yung process na yun, most likely merong kahihinatnan as long as it's a good process.
correct, correct. Yun. So, I think that boils down yung mga good habits, no, as an entrepreneur for business success and wealth building. So, I think na nail down natin yung mga item na yan. At meron pang mga examples and details na talagang we can explore further, pero I think the basic ones we have tapped. Now, doon naman tayo sa reverse. Ano ba yung mga negative habits siguro, no, na we can probably, madami rin yan actually, pero let's
Yeah,
focus on certain
I have a
things.
list. Yeah, I have a list here that I listed. So, sabihin ko yung main things, no, like poor financial habits. That's the opposite of earlier,
Yeah.
being mindful of your expenses and income. Lacking the planning and vision, that's the opposite of earlier, without strategy. Fearing the failure, no, of indecisiveness. So and being indecisive, I mean, fearing being a failure of something. So hindi ka nagte-take ng risk, di ba? And wala kang time management plan sa sarili mo, and then hindi ka marunong create ng isang bagay, hindi ka nagiging adaptive. So yun yung mga bagay-bagay na negative sa isang person. So, we can focus on one item here and probably talk about it. And we have to take it out from ourselves. Negative mindset will create a person without productivity, to be honest. Yun yung nakikita ko.
Correct, correct. Yeah, so marami yan, siguro one thing lang na I can also share is that ano ba yung actionable steps to replace or change the bad habits and replace it with good habits, 'di ba? So okay, again, hindi mo naman kailangan na ilista mo lahat ng bad habits mo and cold turkey is gagawin mo na agad siya na good habit, it's really one step at a time, no? Parang mag-set ka
Mahirap
ng...
yun. Kasi nasanay tayo sa bad habits eh. Kaya nga
Correct.
habits yun. Hindi lang yun in circumstance, di ba?
Yes, yes. One ano din, may isang aspect din diyan kasi yung sa neuro ano natin, yung mga hormones eh, 'di ba? May addiction. Meron ding may angle din ng
Correct.
addiction eh, 'di ba?
That's true.
Oh.
That's true. Getting stuck in a cycle of one thing. Like for instance, simple lang, no? Minsan ako talagang, ito intentional. Minsan pagkagising mo, hahawak ka ng telepono, tapos magsuscroll ka, hindi mo alam, 30 minutes na. 1 hour
Correct.
na, hindi ka pa tumatayo. So, ang ginawa ko, isa sa mga changes, although hindi lagi yan, no, pero talaga intentional dahil hindi ko naman habit yan dati, pero naging habit na ganun din, magsuscroll ka rin, no? Tagal mo sa kama. What you do is, what I did was to take out the Wi-Fi. So, wala kang bago information na makukuha. So, pag ka matulog, i-off mo yung Wi-Fi ng phone, itabi mo yung phone, or naka-off talaga siya, para pagising mo, doon ka na lang magbubukas. Pero syempre, wala ka munang makukuha dahil mag-on ka pa ng telepono. So what you'll do is to stand up and wala ka na sa kama. Then doon mo na lang buksan. No? Di mag-coffee ka, doon mo ngayon sa start yung pagsuscroll. So,
Correct.
na-eliminate mo yung step na unnecessary.
Oh, parang pagkain lang 'yan. Pag bumili ka ng mga sweets na masama sa ano, pag naka-display yan sa
Correct.
table mo, 'di ba? Talagang mapapakain ka. So try to
May
remove
easy
those.
access.
Mga easy access na 'yan. So try mong
Yes.
tanggalin yung convenience of doing that bad habit, and then you'll
Yes.
be able to inevitably change it.
Kasi ang hirap eh. Pag sabi, uy, wag ka mag-scroll ng matagal. Okay. Pero ang hirap yun kasi doon ka na nasanay, naging komportable ka eh. O sige, sabihin natin, bawasan natin from 1 hour, gawin mo lang 20 minutes. Still, 20 minutes yun. Pero kung you cut the roots of the bad habit,
Right.
doon ka doon matitigil siya. Like as you said, kung wala yung candy sa counter, hindi mo nakikita, linagay mo sa cabinet, pwede mo maalala, pwedeng hindi.
Pero
Diba?
definitely
So,
mababawasan yung habit mo na to
definitely.
do it, 'di ba?
Correct.
Pero yeah, it's a long, lifelong struggle talagang part of it really is discipline and willpower.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the 4 things of replacing bad habits and good habits, identifying personal bad habits through self-reflection, self-awareness. Minention mo yan kanina. And another one is developing a system, being accountable to that system, following a process, or probably find someone, a mentor, to
Or your
support
spouse.
you, or a group to support you. Kasi merong accountability partner ka, may mag-check and balance.
Correct.
And then, implementing, ang isang bagay na implementing yung tracking tool. Ilagay mo, sulat mo, or i-note mo kung ito bang tinatanggal mo natanggal mo na or nabawasan mo na 50%, 30% until you go to 100%. And really intentionally practicing that commitment. And otherwise, kung hindi ka, nag-backslide ka, at least balik ka dun sa point number 1, self-awareness. Nag-backslide ba ako o hindi? I'll be true to myself. Set up the system again.
Yeah. Ako naman ma-app din ako eh. So ginagamit ko yung nabanggit mo yung tracking tool. Ginagamit ko yung TickTick. TICK. So I've been using that for 6-7 years already. Merong siya, task management tool na may habit tracking. So nandun lang na every time nagawa ko yung habit, on ko. Tapos lagi siya nakabukas. So pwede ko makita yung insights na amongst these habits, ano yung lagi ko talaga nagagawa, ano yung hindi. Something like that. So
Galing,
you can also use that tracking tool yung nabanggit natin kanina. Marami pa actually yung Habitica and Strix. Yan, mga habit tracking tools yan.
So na yung notifications and alarms.
Yun, kasama yun.
That's great.
Anyway,
so the purpose really is sharing this in this podcast today. Our purpose really is to identify what are the bad habits and making sure that good habits replace the bad habits. And if you don't have that, be aware of yourself first, because being aware of yourself will lead you to success. If you look at it, during the old times, yung mga kings and queens, they do not put their children, yung magiging prinsipe, in a, like, ito yung skill na pag-aaralan mo. Most of the time, ang kanilang learning with the teacher, na personal teacher nila, is mainly about character and self-awareness. Kasi kung magli-lead ka eventually later on ng country, kailangan kilala mo sarili mo. Otherwise, maraming influence, money, power that will put you into a wrong and make you decide wrongly. So, ang tinuturo sa kanila, character building and self-awareness.
Yeah.
And maturity is measured by the highest self-awareness.
Correct. Ako naman, siguro final thoughts ko here is that, well, lahat ng nasabi natin kanina are very important. Pero one thing din na I'd like to share is the developing the character nung resilience and grit.
Yeah.
Kasi yun yung, for me, that's the one of the most, if not the most important,
To fight the hard
character.
challenge.
Oo.
Yeah.
Yung resilience. Kasi kahit maging successful ka, may experience may mga challenges.
Yes, hindi mawawala yun.
Oo. Ayun. So, that is it, sir.
Yes, very good. This is a good discussion. We'll look forward to the next episode natin, and we hope we have another guest there. We're looking at a few people in the next few weeks. Pero meron tayong mga returnees kasi hindi pa tayo natapos sa iba nating mga discussion before. So, yeah, thank you, Dennis, for having our discussion today. Very fruitful.
Yes, thank you again. And sa mga listeners natin, siguro, try to check out our previous episodes pag ngayon lang kayo nakavisit or nakinig.
Yes.
And if you haven't already, consider subscribing also and smashing the like button or share to your
share to your friends, share to your relatives para at least hindi lang ang blessing at saka information will come to a certain person, but mas spread natin. And willing din kami, put a comment. Baka meron kayong mga tanong na pwede namin masagot in the next episodes, or probably meron kayong dapat i-correct sa mga sinasabi namin, may opinion din kayo, why not, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi naman kami talaga 100% know it all.
Yeah, tsaka very soon maglalagay na rin tayo ng link to reach out to us if you'd like to have like some if you'd like to have a mentor, especially in wealth building journey. We're gonna be launching it soon.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Very good. Sir, thank you so much.